Who are McMaster alumni? From coast to coast in every corner of the world, we work, lead, contribute, and volunteer in all industries and fields of work. We take our community spirit with us, our creativity and technical strengths, along with our unique problem-solving skills, to make a difference for others, collaborating and innovating to take on the big questions facing the world. We make an impact. McMaster University's alumni community is one of the foundations of our success. Alumni achievements, leadership, and service shape not only the university, but also the communities, industries, and causes they support around the world.
Get involved. So get involved either at McMaster or in community. Understand what you're passionate about, follow those passions. I know sometimes that sounds cliche, but it often works. Start to build that network through that involvement. So as I get involved, that means starting to build that network. Again, I was very fortunate to be given many opportunities in that initial 10 years with the city of Hamilton. Ended up working twice or two different times for the city of Hamilton for a little over 20 years in total. But my point being is that there were mentors along the way. So when you get involved, you meet some great individuals who will mentor if you're willing to open yourself up for that. But my key message is get involved.
Well, I think the first thing is that they chose a really good area, because nursing is a wonderful profession, not just because it gives you the opportunity to work with people and help people, but it also is a springboard to all kinds of other professions. You can never go wrong, I don't think, with the knowledge that you acquired while you were in nursing. So I would really encourage them to enjoy their excellent choice, but also to think out of the box in terms of how they might use this education in a wide variety of things.
The best way to seek out opportunity and take advantage of those things that are in front of you is kind of, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to take some risks. And most importantly, I think, use your network of McMaster alumni, use your network and talk to people. Talk to them about what they're doing what they've done in their career, what's happening in their industry, things that they've learned, mistakes that they've made. But go out and talk to people. I actually found that to be one of the most, for me personally, difficult, because I am an introvert. But at a point in time when I was out working for a little while, I spoke to a colleague, actually a gentleman that had actually hired me, and he says, the best thing you can do is build your network and go out and talk to people. Talk to them about what's happening in the industry, about their experiences. And it's really hard to do initially, but you'll find that once you start, it will actually flow, and they'll introduce you to other people that you probably would be interested in talking to. And that's actually how I entered the industry that I'm in right now, is just through that process, just getting out and talking to people. So I think it's really important.
It's Nelson Mandela's quote, "Make your choices reflect your dreams, not your fears." And that's one of those truths that, the longer you live, the louder that saying is for me. Fear is loud and it's persuasive, and it shows up disguised as logic and practicality and all these other things, whispering like, play it safe, and you can't afford to fail, or what if it doesn't work? And before you know it, you're just living a life that you didn't really intend to live, a life of regret instead of chasing possibilities. And your dreams really need your attention. They ask you to take the risk and make the leap. And I think if your choices throughout aren't really aligned with your dreams, your visions that you want to manifest, then you're just managing your fears. You're not really living your life.
I think the most important thing to remember is to have empathy for others, because empathy encourages us to be kind. It encourages us to be inclusive. It encourages us to be compassionate and non-judgmental. And if we have those core values and we carry them with us every single day, I think we can work towards peace in the world. if we all remember to have empathy.
Look, if you've had the privilege of being about to or having crossed the convocation stage, really take the time to look at what got you there. You've already won by getting to this moment, but now it's about what you do next. And there's a difference between confidently striding across that stage, knowing that you said yes to everything you possibly could. And there's a difference between just getting by. And this is another thing on the list. And I would encourage all of you, because I've done convocations that fit into both categories. I would encourage all of you to think back to what would have made you more confident, or what put that pep in your step. And for me, it's usually been that I can look myself in the mirror and say, I said yes to everything that this opportunity offered me. I gave 110%, maybe not every day, maybe not every hour, but to the experience, I gave myself over to it. And I think that's where post-secondaries and institutions are really impactful, but that's where life is really impactful as well. So I encourage you, if maybe you said a half-hearted yes, or maybe you said a full-bore yes, to continue that analysis and continue that energy into your next steps, because you won't regret it for sure.
Today we welcome the newest members to this vibrant alumni community that stretches across the globe. Like every class before them, they will look to build their future with ambition and optimism, and at times, some apprehension. The class of 2025 student experience was one that was touched by the global pandemic and armed students with opportunities to learn adaptability and build resilience as they adjusted to those unique set of challenges. Let's hear from some of this year's graduates as they reflect on their time at McMaster.
I want to say thank you to my mom and dad. Thank you, Mama and Tata, for everything that you did for me these last 4 years. I'm so grateful for you supporting me, and I wouldn't have been able to graduate without you guys. I also want to say thank you to my friends and my partner for supporting me through everything. It's been hard and long, but you guys were there for me in really tough times, and I wouldn't have been able to make it without you guys.
To my loved ones, my parents, my sister, my boyfriend, my noni, and my other family and friends. Thank you so much for supporting me through the ups and downs of university. Your love and encouragement have inspired me to be the person that I am today, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And I know that all of the skills and everything that I've learned here throughout my time at university will carry me beyond my time at McMaster, and I'm very thankful and grateful to see what comes next. So I have lots of very special and memorable memories from my time at McMaster. I've been very involved with my faculty for the Social Sciences Society, so I have some great memories there. I was actually the lead role in the musical for the first ever Social Sciences musical, so that was also really fun.
My favorite memory at Mac was MacFest. Graduating out of COVID, we didn't get to have our graduation. It was incredibly awesome to see our entire Mac community come together for MacFest at the end of the semester, especially 2 years out of COVID. That memory really solidified the community that I found at Mac, and I really credit my parents for that.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my mother. The mother who was there for me even when I couldn't fully be there for myself. The mother who was there for me the nights I was cramming for an anatomy midterm the next day, who would deliver chai to my room because she knew I wanted that even when I didn't tell her. She could read my mind even when I couldn't read my own. I want to give a shout out to the mother who's been there for me these past 4 years of university and who continues to be there for me throughout every single moment of my life. I love you, Mom. Thank you so much for being the person I give a shout out to today. And if there is a favorite memory that I have from these past 4 years, it's my memory in the mundane moments of these past 4 years. Because sometimes it's those mundane moments that make the most special memories. And I think that mundane moment that comes to my mind right now has been those moments right before an exam, when everyone is cramming in IWC, stressing out about their midterm, about their exam that they have. And there's so many different emotions in that room. But at the core of each and every single one of those emotions is community. It's when we all come together with from so many different programs, from so many different backgrounds, from so many different emotions, and we all come there for that one shared purpose. And that one shared purpose is to learn. It's sometimes just to pass, but it's also to just come together and just to celebrate those small wins of our lives, such as having another exam, having the opportunity to learn. And so that's definitely one of my favorite moments at McMaster.
My Mac experience couldn't be possible without people like my dad, my friends, and even supervisors who I like to call Auntie Sonia. And some of my favorite memories are really simple things like sitting down at the track and having lunch with my friends.
One of my favorite memories about McMaster has to be when I first stepped into the research lab. That moment changed my path and put me in the path that I'm following today to pursue my master's. I also will always cherish the lettuce eating competition that I did with my friends, in which we all just stand in front of the YHE field to eat a lettuce all together. So I'm very thankful to McMaster.
I want to thank my mother and my father and my late grandmother, as each of them have been there for me throughout it all. They have gave me hope when I felt lost. They gave me hugs when I needed comfort, and they loved me unconditionally no matter what my grades were in first year. I want to specifically thank my mother for her unconditional love and for always giving me room to grow. She has always provided patience and time and never ever turned her shoulder towards me. I want to thank you, Mom, for everything that you have done. I would not be here graduating without you. It has all just been a crazy experience, and I wouldn't be able to do it without my family, as they are my rock for absolutely everything. And I know, like, at the end of the day, wherever I go from here, I know that I will always be running back to my home where I will find my mom and dad with open arms. I met such amazing lifelong friends and a wonderful partner, and they have given me the opportunity to really experience what healthy relationships should be in life. And if it wasn't for meeting these people, I don't think I would be the person I am today. And whether it was like restless nights at Thode Library or just the simplicity of walking around campus and feeling like I am possible of achieving great things in life, it's going to be very hard to say goodbye to McMaster and Hamilton, and I'm quite sad about it, but I know that those memories will actively live in my mind for the rest of my life.
Hello, class of 2025. We are graduates now. Congratulations to everyone. And before anything, I would like to thank people who made this journey unforgettable for me. My parents, my friends, my roommate, and everyone in between. Being an international student, I would always look forward to coming back home, and that's what my motivation was, to give my best to my semester. And to my friends that I made from all different parts of the world, thank you so much. Staying up late night with you guys studying, preparing our cheat sheets, and trying out different restaurants. These are all memories which I'm gonna cherish forever.
I want to thank my roommates who have been with me since my very first day at McMaster. They've gotten me through a lot of really tough times. I also want to thank Dr. Jessica Maxwell, who has given me so many opportunities I never thought I'd have the opportunity to have. And my mom, who has gotten me through a lot of really hard times as well. She's the reason I'm here, the reason I've gotten through my 4 years here. And my best memory at McMaster has been probably Welcome Week 2024. I had the chance to plan Welcome Week 2024 with the Faculty of Social Sciences and 2 other planners, Sarah and Savannah. And we got to hire a really amazing group of reps and work with them, and that was amazing. And we also got to work with faculty planners from all the other different faculties, which was so amazing, and so amazing to meet them and work with them, and it was just the greatest experience ever.
I would really like to thank my mom and my dad for always being there for me and supporting me whenever I need a hand, and also my friends I've made in BDC, especially like Karina and Josh, who's always been there supporting me, whether it's through my trials and tribulations or even like through the exciting moments and supporting me all through McMaster. And one of my favorite memories at McMaster was definitely Welcome Week when I was a representative for the science faculty. I really enjoyed my time there, really helping first year students. I remember myself in first year and how different I am like now, and I'm so glad because of the McMaster community. It really brought out my personality, and I'm just so thankful for my experiences there.
I'd have to say my memory of a special McMaster memory would be just anytime I had to walk around campus in the evening with my friends. So if that was walking from badminton intramurals or like walking from a New Spring Club meeting, I just felt like we had so many great conversations and interactions whenever my friends and I would just like walk home to the bus stop or like walk each other home. It felt very wholesome and beautiful.
My favorite memory from McMaster was being a part of Welcome Week and welcoming over 600 first years to Brandon residents, being able to plan all of their events and help them settle into their new home for the next 4 years.
I want to thank my mom and dad for all their unwavering support throughout my time here at McMaster. Mom, thank you so much for all the time you spent cooking and freezing meals for me so I could have a taste of home at school while you were far away. And Dad, thank you so much for all the hours you spent in the car driving me to and from school. I appreciated all that time we spent together, even though it was so early in the morning. One of my favorite memories at McMaster was participating in Welcome Week. I did it all 3 years since second year, and it was such an amazing experience to have a community of such inclusive, welcoming people. Usually you can't find as many amazing people in one place at one time as I did during Welcome Week, and I'm so grateful for all the memories we made together, and I'll never forget all the cheers that we did together. My favorite one might be when I found out there were other Latinos on campus, like getting to know them. I remember the first Olas event that I went, which now I'm president, which is crazy to think. But we were learning how to dance bachata and merengue, but I already knew how to dance, so I had to act like I didn't to feel more at home in the environment. So we were dancing and I was just making fun of the instructor, which was a friend of mine, with my friends, and I was being obnoxiously loud and making every step bigger than it had to be. And I just remember feeling like I had found home outside of home, in a community, in a place that I never expected to find a community that was so bright, joyful, and that felt just like I needed to be like around, like just the right amount of people, just the right amount of love, just the right amount of care. It was amazing, and I wouldn't change it for the world, and I still remember that day, and it still brings a smile to my face every time I think about it. So that is kind of my memory.
I guess there were moments where it's like moments where you just feel like everyone's in the grind with you and in the hustle with you, whether it's staff, faculty, or students. I feel like those moments really meant the most because you realize it's really not an individual journey. Everyone's running the race together and we're all like holding each other's hands through it. So yeah.
I want to say thank you to my brother and my amazing boyfriend. Thank you guys for always being there for me. And I wanted to say a special thank you to my mom. I know you can't be here by my side today, but I know you're always looking down on me.
I'd like to give a shout out to my parents and thank them for all their support through the years, especially by driving me to school.
So today I would like to thank my mom and dad who are here and my siblings for all the love and support they have shown me over the past 4 years. Every text, call, and visit has meant so much to me, more than I can describe.
Shout out to Dr. James Ingram for teaching me all about political theory and inspiring me to pursue that in the future.
I always knew university would teach me a lot, but what I didn't expect was that my greatest lessons wouldn't be from the textbooks, but from the people that made this journey unforgettable. Mom, Dad, this degree isn't just mine, it's yours as well. Your unwavering support, your love, it didn't go unnoticed, and it shaped me to be the person that I am today, and I couldn't have done it without you.
One of my special memories from university, specifically at McMaster, is Light Up the Night, and I think it was really an amazing time with all my friends that came out. We took pictures at the photo booth, we went on the Ferris wheel, we had some good food that day, and I truly think it was very wholesome to have this moment with all of you.
I would like to shout out to First Love Jesus for helping me get through university because it's already hard. And then I would love to shout out to my mom, my dad, my 2 amazing sisters, and my friends and New Spring community for always being there for me. I would love to shout out to all the friends that I made in computer engineering and management as well. Y'all are real ones, y'all are troopers, and y'all are amazing. To all the professors that have helped me through my undergrad as well, I would really love to thank you for helping me get through university.
Life-changing.
Resilience.
Community and inclusion.
Finding family.
Home. Second home.
The best years.
Rewarding. Eye-opening.
Inspiring.
Very loving.
Adventure.
Growth.
Incredibly rewarding.
Beautifully chaotic.
Heartwarming.
Diversity.
Transformative.
Transformative.
Community.
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 Unforgettable.
Thank you, class of 2025. We are confident you will continue to make us proud, and we are so excited to see where you will go, what you will create, how you will advance and innovate, and where you will make your unique impact, making a brighter world for us all. And to echo the sentiments of our graduands, thank you to all the supporters out there who played such an important role in bringing us to this occasion today. We celebrate you along with your graduate today, and we share your pride. And graduands, remember, your formal time at McMaster may have come to a close, but you are now a member of the McMaster Alumni Association, and we are here wherever you want to connect. Stay in touch, keep your email up to date, and learn about all that your Alumni Association offers you. Welcome to the network of a lifetime.
Graduates and guests, please rise as you are able for the academic procession.
I declare that the 664th Convocation of McMaster University for the conferring of degrees is now in session.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jeremiah Hurley, Acting Provost and Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences. And this afternoon, I have the great pleasure of acting as your Master of Ceremonies and of welcoming all of you, graduates and guests, to this convocation ceremony. On behalf of the university, I would like to recognize and acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and the Haudenosaunee Nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. We must remember that we all have a role in upholding the spirit of this agreement, which urged for the peaceful sharing of the Earth's resources. We must also not forget that merely acknowledging our presence on these traditional lands is only one small step on our shared path towards reconciliation. And I challenge you to consider how you can foster reconciliation among the many peoples that inhabit these lands. I would like to start today's proceedings by acknowledging some of the notable leaders joining me on stage today. Our Chancellor, Ms. Santi Smith, our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. David Farrar, Dean of the Faculty of Science and our incoming Provost, Dr. Maureen McDonald, Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Steve Rinovic, Vice Provost Teaching and Learning, Dr. Catherine Anderson, University Secretary, Ms. Andrea Thyrett-Kidd, and Acting Dean of Science of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Gianni Parisi, and a number of associate deans, chairs, faculty members, and honored guests. Before we start our formal program, may I ask everyone in the hall to switch off any electronic device that might beep or make a noise during the ceremony. And I would now like to call upon our Chancellor, Ms. Santi Smith, to make her welcoming remarks and deliver the Thanksgiving address.
Nyawa, thank you, Provost Hurley. Sego Sewaguego, Greetings, everyone. Wat Gwanualado. Welcome, honored guests, staff, family, friends, colleagues, faculty members, and visitors from the University of Toronto, and most importantly, graduands. What a wonderful day this is to come together to share and to celebrate achievements and extend our gratitude. As we celebrate today, let us acknowledge the land on which we gather, a land with deep history, culture, stories, and knowledge systems that continue to teach us. May this moment inspire us to walk forward with humility, curiosity, and the courage to make meaningful contributions to the world. I'm pleased to begin the ceremony with the Ahando Galiwet, the words spoken before all else, also known as the Thanksgiving Address, spoken in Ganya Geha, the Mohawk language. Se watuhosios ne gat ne galiwesa, ne ona, ne angali hohetste, ne ganawala donsirla. These are words of wisdom that aim to unite our minds and our hearts in acknowledgement, to give thanks, to affirm our interdependence, to cultivate compassion and kindness for all living entities, and to remind us of our responsibilities to sustain nature's delicate balance, and to encourage peaceful coexistence in alignment with the immensity of creation. We offer greetings and our gratitude to the people, our ancestors, family, and friends, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings and gratitude to our Mother Earth, for she provides us with everything that we need to survive and thrive, so be it in our minds. We offer our greetings and gratitude to the waters, from the oceans to the streams, to the waters flowing through our body, to the water that quenches our thirst. Water is life, so be it in our minds. We give thanks to all of the fish life who help to purify the waters and provide us with nourishment, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings and acknowledgement to the plant life, from the medicines to the grasses, which help to purify and strengthen our bodies, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings and gratitude to the insects who help to pollinate the plants, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings and gratitude to our sustenance foods for their nourishment and the medicine they provide us, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings to the fruit life, who help to nourish our bodies and to help us understand and know the sweetness of life, so be it in our minds. We offer our greetings and gratitude to all of the animals, many who sacrifice their lives to help nourish and sustain us, and who are our teachers and our guides, so be it in our minds. We give greetings and acknowledge all of the birds whose beautiful singing uplifts our spirits and brings peace and calm to our hearts, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings to every species of tree. We cannot live without the oxygen they provide us. Their roots and sap provide us with nourishment and cleansing for our body. And we are grateful for their shelter and their shade, so be it in our minds. We offer greetings and gratitude to the circulating winds who travel the earth, bringing new life and new breath. Through observing the winds, we recognize the cycling of seasons and messages about the environment, so be it in our minds. We give thanks to our grandfather thunderers who purify the air and awaken the earth and awaken us. The powerful voice of grandfather thunders and lightning bring on the replenishing and the renewing rains, so be it in our minds. Datsi dawanuwalaro ne anjongeni galakwa eto na yonto hagetne nagwat nigula. We offer greetings and gratitude to our eldest brother, the sun, who appears consistently each morning to provide sunshine, protection, and energy for all living things. So be it in our minds. Dayetinuwalara ne asatanega wat nirele eto na yonto hagetne nagwat nigula. We offer thanks to our grandmother moon for lighting up the nighttime sky and providing her powerful pull on our waters, governing cycles, women, and birth. So be it in our minds. Dayetinuwalara ne yojisto warlunyo eto na yonto hagetne nagwat nigula. We offer greetings and gratitude to the stars, the cosmos, for providing us with guidance, direction, and lighting up the nighttime sky. So be it in our minds. Dayetinuwalaro ne deyonkiarado eto na yonto hagetne nagwat nigula. We give thanks to our protectors, our spiritual guardians who provide clarity of mind and peace in our hearts. So be it in our minds. Datsi dawanuwalaro ne gant sanstansar lagoa sa oyela eto na yonto hagetne nagwat nigula. We offer thanks to all of creation, the immense creative energy that lives and moves in every entity and that lives and moves in all of us. Da eto ni gawanage, da eto. That was a very shortened address, an affirmation, offered as a humble acknowledgement, a reminder of the immensity of the creative living universe, of which human beings are a very small part. In recognizing the breadth and the depth of addressing the entire natural world, I may have overlooked a few entities or aspects. So I invite you to give thanks to anything that I have missed. It is a reminder of our responsibilities as protectors of nature and active upholders of skana. And skana and ganyangeha translates to mean peace and balance. To cultivate peace and balance within us in relation to kin, community, the environment, and all of our non-human relatives. Addressing our interdependence is necessary to sustain our world in a good way. We give thanks to everything in creation, upon everything upon which we depend to get us to this very moment. In gratitude and celebration, we are here to acknowledge your achievements. Convocation is a time to reflect on the stories and the actions that have shaped us, stories of perseverance, resilience, and connection. It is also an invitation to imagine stories yet to be written, the roles you embody, and your own impact rippling out into the world. Today marks a moment of transition, a threshold where one chapter ends and another begins. Each of you have journeyed through challenges, triumphs, learning, growth to arrive here. But no journey unfolds alone. Along the way, there were many helpers, teachers who inspired, mentors who guided, friends who uplifted, and loved ones who stood beside you with unwavering support. And to all of our supporters, we say, Nyawa Goa, thank you very much. And as you step through this threshold, may you carry with you the lessons and the gratitude of all of those who walked alongside of you. And to graduands, take this moment to celebrate, to embrace this milestone moment. You'll never forget it. You'll never forget today. We look forward to witnessing the unique gifts you will bring to this world as thoughtful, responsible, and visionary contributors to our shared future. Best wishes to you all. Yo Yanale, congratulations to the class of 2025. Please enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Chancellor Smith. I would now like to introduce the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Gianni Parisi, to make his own welcoming remarks and then present the honorary degree recipients.
Thank you, Provost Hurley, and good afternoon, distinguished guests, proud parents, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduands. Graduands, how about we start by giving yourselves a round of applause. That was pretty weak. This is your graduation, after all. So we're gonna pretend like that never happened, and you can consider this like your final MSAF. We're gonna MSAF the first convocation applause, and let's see if you can do better. That's what I'm talking about. Now, can we do that again now in appreciation of your family and friends who have supported you over this journey? So as acting dean, I have the authority to make 3 final requests of you. I know just when you thought it was over, there's more homework. Here's my first official request. Don't just enjoy this moment, celebrate it. All too often we move on to the next leg of our journey before we take a moment to reflect and appreciate what we've accomplished. Make sure you relish this accomplishment, and together with your friends and family, take time to celebrate. Know that yes, your graduation is a significant accomplishment. Know that you're a big deal to your family, to the Faculty of Science, and McMaster University. Here's one way to fully appreciate what you've achieved and how far you've come. Think back to your first day, your first week, and your first month at university. How did you feel? Were you confident and excited? A little overwhelmed? Not entirely sure of what you were doing? Let's see a show of hands. Yeah, me too. Most days. Now reflect on everything you learned, everything you did, and everyone you met along the way during your remarkable and amazing journey. That's your first assignment. Really celebrate this milestone with your family and friends. Enjoy the moment for all it's worth. Here's my second official request to each and every one of you. There's no question that you made your mark here at McMaster, both in and beyond the classroom and the lab. Many of you took leadership roles. Despite all the work on your plate, you still made time to serve on and even lead committees and projects. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to. Now you need to do it all over again. Go out and make your mark wherever you find yourself next, whether that's grad school, medical school, or out in the workplace. There are endless discoveries waiting to be made, problems to be solved, opportunities to be seized, lives to change. Think big and make a difference. All of that is waiting for you. Be the example that others want to follow. Many people helped get you here. As we all know, science is a team effort. It's not something you do on your own. So now it's your turn to help others. I have no doubt that many of you did this during your time at Mac. Please keep it up. Do even more of it. Right now, there's someone out there that needs your vote of confidence, your reassurance, your guidance, your perspective, someone who needs to be seen and heard. You have so much to offer. Please be generous in doing for others what was done for you. You made a difference here. Please keep doing it out there. And here's my final request. While waiting for your turn to walk across the stage, I want you to think of that one person who was instrumental in getting you here. I realize that may be hard because there are so many people who made a difference. But I want you to reach out to one person. Thank that person who gave you a vote of confidence when you needed it the most. who gave you some invaluable advice, guidance, and insight at a critical moment, who gave you kind words or who cared enough to have that difficult and honest conversation that challenged you to aim higher and better. I had a few of those when I was a student at Mac. Within the next week, I want you to write a note or letter to that person. Tell them exactly how they made a difference in your life, how they contributed to your success in a big or small way, how through their words and actions they inspired you to be a great scientist and an even better human being. I can assure you that they will keep your note or letter. Many professors display these notes in their offices. I've received a few notes of thanks over the years from students. It means more than you'll ever know. An attitude of gratitude will serve you well, not just in your career, but throughout your life. Be quick and generous to give thanks. So those are my 3 requests of you. Celebrate this moment with your family and friends. It's a really big deal. Treat it that way. This is not the time to be modest or to immediately jump into the next challenge. Savor the moment. It was years in the making. Keep making an impact beyond McMaster. Be the example that others follow. You made a difference here. Keep doing it out there. And finally, give thanks to that one person at Mac who was the president of your fan club, who helped you unlock your full and true potential. On behalf of everyone in the Faculty of Science, it was an absolute privilege and honor to have you as a student. We cannot wait to see what you'll do next. And based on all that you've done at Mac, we know it's going to be an incredible encore. After all, you are a very big deal, and don't ever forget that. Thank you. I would now like to present our honorary degree recipients. Chancellor Smith, by the authority of the Senate of McMaster University, I have the honor to present John Berlinski and Catherine Callan. Anthony John Berlinski held faculty positions at both the University of British Columbia and the University of Amsterdam before coming to McMaster University in 1986. He was director of the Brockhaus Institute for Materials Research until 1996 and served as chair of the Department of Physics and Astronomy. He became the founding academic director of the Perimeter Institute in 2008 and served as deputy director of the Kavli Institute for Theoretical Physics at UC Santa Barbara. Dr. Berlinski was an Alfred P. Sloan Foundation Fellow, and he's a Fellow of the American Physical Society. Catherine Callan did postdoctoral research at the Kavli Institute for Theoretical Physics before joining McMaster faculty in 1986. In 1994, she became a Fellow of the American Physical Society in recognition of her work on electron correlations in low-dimensional systems. Her list of awards includes a Guggenheim Fellowship, the EWR Stacey Memorial Fellowship, a Killam Research Fellowship, and a Simons Fellowship. She has also held a Tier 1 Canada Research Chair in Quantum Materials Theory since 2003. Drs. Berlinski and Callan have also made exceptional contributions to their field as a team working in quantum matter theory. They have explored quantum matter, such as metals, superconductors, and magnets, and their pioneering contributions to quantum materials include elucidating the nature of unconventional electron pairing and understanding its physical implications in high-temperature superconductors. They have made remarkable progress in the study of topological superconductors, and their joint investigations have enriched our understanding of the behaviors of electronic spins subject to frustrated interactions. Their research has also illuminated the mechanisms behind exotic quantum states called quantum spin liquids, which are widely regarded as one of the holy grails of modern quantum matter research. Chancellor Smith, I ask that you recognize the achievements and impact, both as individuals and as partners, of these 2 professors emeriti in McMaster's Faculty of Science and Department of Physics and Astronomy by conferring upon John Berlinski and Catherine Callan the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Dr. John Berlinski, Dr. Catherine Callan, by the authority of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa in McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. Congratulations. Congratulations. You can sign the roll. I would now like to invite Dr. John Belinsky and Dr. Catherine Cullen to deliver the Convocation address.
Madam Chancellor, President Farrar, honored guests, graduands, family, and friends. It is an honor and a pleasure for Catherine and me to receive an honorary Doctor of Science degree from McMaster and to be able to address this convocation and the science graduands. McMaster has been very good to us as a family since we first arrived in Hamilton nearly 40 years ago with a 6-month-old baby in arms. 2 decades later, our daughter Anne graduated here in this same hall with her Bachelor of Science degree, just as you graduands are today. We have both had long, satisfying careers teaching and doing research on quantum materials. And during this time, the world, especially the world of science and technology, has evolved at a speed and in ways that we could not have possibly imagined when we were starting out. Revolutionary progress in communications and computation have laid the foundations for an even more profound transition that will extend from the end of our professional careers through the beginning of yours. Where will that transition lead? For you, the science graduates, this is an existential question as you take up the challenge of advancing science and technology and of applying it in ways that will profoundly affect your futures and the future of society and of the world. Let's think a bit about where you are heading by considering where we've been. I was born in the year when the density of atmospheric carbon dioxide was 310 ppm. Today it's about 430. In the intervening years, scientists have been able to establish the tight relationship between the density of CO2 in the atmosphere and the mean temperature of the Earth, and predict the rate and consequences of global warming. This is an ongoing problem and a threat to our planet, which our generation is leaving to yours to manage. You can expect it to play a big role in your life. Shortly after I was born, an application of Einstein's theory relating mass to energy, combined with the theory of quantum mechanics of atomic nuclei, resulted in the near instantaneous destruction of 2 cities in Japan and the deaths of over 100,000 human beings. Both relativity and quantum mechanics were 20th century innovations, so the rate of development from abstract knowledge to unthinkable destruction was significant. But the fission bombs that destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki had explosive yields of only 15 or 20 kilotons of TNT, and they were soon dwarfed by hydrogen fusion devices that harnessed the forces that power the sun, allowing the construction of weapons with thousands of times more explosive force. Eventually, as these terrible weapons were tested, humanity flinched and took a step back from the brink, so that such weapons have not been used since. In that case, my generation did respond to the threat, and it falls to yours to prevent it from reemerging. In the meantime, other fallout from World War II included a theory of machines that can compute, along with the technology to implement that theory. The first computing machines utilized thousands of vacuum tubes, but those were soon replaced by much smaller, newly invented transistors. By 1965, the rapid miniaturization of transistors in circuits etched into silicon wafers led Gordon Moore to posit a new rule governing the rate of technological progress, that the density of transistors on a silicon wafer doubled roughly every 2 years, with commensurate increases in computational speed and power. Moore's law worked well for nearly half a century, starting in the early 1970s with thousands of transistors on an Intel chip and rising to tens of billions of transistors on Apple and AMD integrated circuits by 2020. Now, there are a host of fundamental obstacles conspiring to slow or end this era of exponential growth. the most basic of which is the limit of atomic size. So while Moore's law was guiding the growth of computing power, computers at different sites started to be linked together into what were called nets, and eventually the internet, which coincidentally made possible the invention of email, while the internet became the World Wide Web. Over the next few decades, essentially all of human knowledge, literature, newspapers, magazines, audio, and video recordings became accessible on the web, along with new forms of social media, with content generated by a large cross-section of humanity. Catherine's and my first year at McMaster coincided with the discovery of high-temperature superconductivity, which became our main research interest. High-TC, as we called it, also became the subject of a new program of the Canadian Institute for Advanced Research, or CFAR, an institute led by Fraser Mustard, one of the founders of McMaster's Medical School. Thereafter, we often attended all program CFAR meetings, which included presentations from the oldest CFAR program called Artificial Intelligence, Robotics, and Society, which was led by a computer scientist, Geoffrey Hinton. We found that the AI and robotics talks were always something of a disappointment compared with the excitement of high-TC. The AI researchers were spinning their wheels. Although Hinton and his collaborators were able to create novel and potentially powerful algorithms based on neural networks, they lacked the computing power to apply these algorithms to any but the smallest systems and simplest problems. Hinton has described this period as the AI winter, but in spite of limited progress, CFAR continued to support his program. The first AI winter ended in 2012 when Hinton and 2 U of T students created AlexNet, a so-called deep learning tool based on neural networks, which allowed a historic advance in computer image recognition. The next major advance based on neural network models and further advances in compute size and speed and trained on enormous databases which were available through the World Wide Web resulted in the large language models of the early 2020s, such as ChatGPT. These chatbots are capable of human-like conversation and have access to essentially all of the knowledge of the world. AI itself currently represents the new frontier of science and technology. So what can we learn from this history? One thing is that science advances most rapidly when 2 or 3 rapidly progressing fields converge to push new ones ahead. High-speed computation and the World Wide Web were foundations on which AI and large language models have been built. Where and when will the next convergence occur? Well, already robotics has begun to provide agency and autonomy for AI, which biological and genetic engineering will help to advance. Meanwhile, quantum computing is waiting in the wings to provide greatly increased compute power to continue to drive hyperscaling of AI. You graduates are in for an exciting ride. But you will continue to face historic unsolved problems, such as global warming and nuclear weapons. And while the likelihood of AI evolving into artificial superintelligence presents both opportunities and threats, the challenge for you is to harness this new science while dealing with the problems that your parents and grandparents have left to you to solve. McMaster has equipped you well in the few years you have spent here with knowledge and hands-on experience. You've also had the opportunity to learn and develop broader and more powerful skills, such as critical thinking and lifelong learning. Critical thinking will allow you to navigate in a world filled with new information, but cluttered with misinformation, while lifelong learning is how you will discover and absorb so much that will be discovered in the future that was not known when you were a student. It's with more than a little envy that I watch you heading off into a world of quantum information, AI and robotics, improved health and longevity, and hopefully a greener, more peaceful existence. As scientists and technologists of the future, I hope you will always strive to do what I and others of my generation worked for, but did not always achieve, which is to make the world a better place for those who follow. Along the way, I hope you enjoy the journey. For today, Catherine and I offer you our sincere congratulations on your graduation and for a job well done. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Berlinski and Dr. Callan. I would now like to welcome Dr. David Farrar, President and Vice Chancellor, to present the graduates to our Chancellor for admission to their degrees.
Will the graduands please rise if you are able? Chancellor Smith, on behalf of McMaster University Senate, I present to you these candidates and those in absentia in order that you may confer the appropriate degrees upon them, and I bear witness that they are worthy and suitable.
Graduands, by my authority and that of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to admit those before me today and those in absentia to their individual degrees at McMaster University, with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. My sincere congratulations to all of you. Please be seated.
Graduates, I now ask each of you to join me on stage so the Chancellor and I may welcome you to the McMaster community of scholars. Congratulations.
Honored guests, so that each graduate's name may be heard, it would be appreciated if during the presentation of the graduates, you would hold your collective applause to the end of each degree category. Thank you. Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Alexandra Burnett. Mengyang Shui. Novan Andre George Gray. Scott Langert. Laura Machette. Avesta Ahmadi. Julia Coletta. Bradley Scott Courier. Michael Kamal. May Sami Wagi. Yasaman Heshmatzadeh.
Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Science. Hamid Zargaran. Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Applied Science. Hunter Lucas Randall. Anjali Nicole Manhas. Ryan Ben Dyer. Daniel Fernando Calero Osorio. Asma Jamali Rafsanjani. Shireen Shaha Binajad. Kim Ying Wong. Chandra Nicolene Barrett. Rebecca Valerie Ladouceur. Esiogene Orogun. Aidin Johan Rook. Claudia May Se Wong. Brian Jeng. Jackie Han. Dylan McGinley. Katerina Trechekova. Monica Dimitrova Azmanska. Cameron James William Burns. Eric Diego Gillis. Nicole Gromek. Tavishi Jindel. Yichen Huang. Yuxing Huang. Wei Liu. Rajitha Senanyaka Achkile. Hyuno Seo. Yi Wan. Xingje Zheng. Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Applied Science. Annie Cheng. Strahinia Jogo. Jacob Jason Earhart. Selina Fu. Hao Zhen Guan. Harleen Kalsi. Clarissa Medrano. Joanne Therese Puthenkulam. Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Science. Shibani Ahilan. Ali Alubad Budi. Alexandra Jean Alderson. Faris Al-Katanani. Aya Kudia Al-Kawaz. Abigail Almeida. Sama Al-Salihi. Mahdi Nadim Al-Shaibani. Clara Maria Argentino. Ariana Arlota. Vishweta Aurora. Jeffrey Au. Karan Aulat. Yahya Ayash. Gabriel Bana. Basanji Bayo. Charlotte Amelia Bentley. Alexander Berno. Mars Gilhuli Bendret. Timara Bub. Koa Fu Bui. Yishin Sal. Olivia Jane Carter. Gabriel Cassidy. Julia Armand Chagon. Yue Jia Chang. Simran Chima. Hongrui Chen. Hui Ting Chen. Stephanie Xing Chen. Xinyi Chen. Zesen Chen. Jian Chen. Maureen Cherino. Rahim Chauhan. Jennifer Seon Choi. Arpita Chowdhury, Louise Chua, Claire Ciccolini, Eva Grace Colangelo, Eva Estrella Covello, Kiana Dajane, Ling Dai, Selina Dajani, Maya Isabel Ma Lee Chong Daluz, Ahuti Sanjay Dev, Tahira Dominique de Costa Correa, Connor Jorge Dominique de Andrade, Logan Nicole Delaney, Amy Lauren Demont, Giovanni Devaraj, Xian Ding, Xiun Ding, Kaylee Anna Directo, Bogdan Andrei Diska, Joseph Di Stefano, Martin Anthony Domansky, Andrei Vlad Dome, Chang Kung Dong, Justin Joseph Drury, Catherine Ivashuk, Baojun Fan, Xue Feng, Noah MacDonald Fenlon, Cosmin Noana Philip, Dorian Gabu, Emily Joanne Gaylard, Xiao Jun Ge, Justin Gable, Connor David George, Natalia Catalina Gergel, Nathan Paul Justitia, Amanda Juliette Gollinger, Neerat Grewal, Tom Gribilas, Weifeng Gu, Zitong Gu, Cameron Alexander McCord Gurwell, Mohammed Haq, Tarun Haridasan, Megan Shanti Holmes, Joseph Hong, Hoyang Huang, Victoria Huang, Zihan Huang, Dante Hunter, Talia Drew Hurst, Lean Ismail, Oluwa Tomisin Oluwa Timelean Jayasimi, Heo Ji, Catherine Zhang, Esther Jin, Sirun Jing, Shreya Sanjay Joshi, Nargis Kalani, Om Kapadia, Zain Yunus Karodia, Elsa Khan, Kizia Khan, Araf Rajesh Khanna, Ksenia Kopilyova, Anu Kumar, Derek Graham Kusmenko, Jacqueline Nicole Kwong, Hennessy Vivian Langner, Bing-Hei Lee, Jiawei Li, Jingyang Li, Tianmu Li, Yifei Li, Yunxin Li, Jenny Li Liao, James Lin, Yubing Lin, Acacia Rebecca Liao, Liu Feng Xiao, Zhejian Yu, Caitlin Rose Lloyd, Erin Liu, Nicole Claudia Mallet, Ashna Malik, Mia Manolache, William Philip Marinash, Daniel Martin, Reina Mazloum, Liam James McColdrick, Lynn McIntee, November Elizabeth McKinley, Alexander Michael McMullen, Alice Susanna Voros McPherson, Adam Colin Mitchell, Victoria Milinarski, Anna Carla Molina Colina, Niels Axel Robert Nordstrom, Mohamed Numair, Adulom Naomi Kenichukwu Onworo, Jenna Carly Ovitz, Rebecca Ann Pace, Haley Panja, Stephen Eric Pasquale, Bella Pastore, Keenan James Elias Patterson, Aru Pates, Katrina Pegrum, Charlize Pellibour, Chi Xiao Peng, Madeline May Perry, Oscar William Alexander Pauls, Dev Perish Kumar Prajapati, Hanning Shi, Colin Riley, James Earl Riddell, Safa Wayman Rajaibi, Alexandria Catherine Roy, Danielle Sazam, Salah Salah, Suha Salim, Daniel Stephen Sampson, Megan Sanderson, Robert Paul Santoriello, Luke Nathaniel Schurman, Akshita Shahani, Esho Yusuf Shamana, Nishta Sharma, Jasnoor Singh Sidhu, Dylan Mark Silvera, Lavan Shiva Piragasam, Sofia Solano, Tanyon Stephen. Trayton Stephen. Annika Elizabeth Stratton. Jae-Yi Su. Bing-Yue Sun. Nivaditha Sunil. Amanda Claire Takach. Jumbo Tang. Eudora Nin Xiao Tang. Olivia Tao. Zakaria Tbaki. Trevor Tidy. Jackson Timewell. Justin Bolori Tomkin. John Duke Tran. Taylor Megan Ouellet Kerrigan. Tricia Titus Vaidyan. Jana Marie Vanderval. Alexander Johan Vico. Kushi Virpan. Clara Vrabanik. Jai Wang. Jinyuan Wang. Leo Yang Wang. Meng Wang. Sihan Wang. Xinyu Wang. Xinjie Wang. Xuanyi Wang. Yuchen Wang. Afsa Wakas. Saul Aaron Vidrich. Aidan Xavier Wilcock. Yitong Wu. Spencer Xia. Xiangying Xiao. Ruixuan Xie. Yue Xie. Le Shu. Xiaoying Shu. Zichen Shu. Jinjian Yang. Xinyo Yang. Zilon Yang. Adrian Xiong Yan Yu. Yanjin Yu. Grace Evan Yuan. Fatima Zaglu. Aidan Christopher Zeglinski. Jia Jung Zhang. Jinze Zhang. Junse Zhang. Shujia Zhang. Xinyue Zhang. Yifan Zhang. Yilin Zhang. Yining Zhang. Jirui Zhang. Ella Zhao. Jiafan Zhao. Yinju Zhang Zhao. Yumeng Zhao. Zixuan Zhao. Bowen Zheng. Yushuan Zhou. Ziyun Zhou. Yongxie Zhu. Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Science Kinesiology. Giuliano Antonio Abreu. Kadia Ahmed. Heidi Carmela Akot. Layan Laith Al-Dabag. Zaria Ali. Dania Al-Jburi. Samara Al-Mfara. Rand Amer. Daniela Dominique Launzan Arabit. Anaya Asif. Chloe Jordan Barfoot. Kirsten Barko. Lindsay Barvitsky. Olivia Ray Beausoleil. Leila Bechispachik. Madison Elise Beck. Alisa Caitlin Beer. Abigail Olivia Bellefeuille. Jonathan Berisha. Carter Scott Bladd. Olivia Nada Blair. Delaney Joy Bourget. Anissa Robin Bray. Sarah Bruno. Emma Cairn Sharp. Matea Chaich. Brianna Caldwell. Vincent Chiong. Sonia Chernov. Amanda Chiong. Mia Lauren Citano. McKenna Robin Colley. Spencer James Como. Maya Abigail Conacher. Claire Cook. Keegan Decker. Kristen Delgado. Michaela Dawn de Pass. Iqbal Singh Dhaliwal. Kate Adeline Dunsmore. Walid Aichek Hassan. Miriam Feliz. Anna Beatrice Fittipaldi Vitalino. Grace Foubert. Robert Kiyoshi Fujisawa. Maria Gallagher. Rebecca Alice Betty Gallant. Lauren Gray. Natasha Guindon. Alaya Farhan Asin Haj Hussein. Sankey Halvatsi. Aspen Trinity Headley. Jeff Allen Henniger. Jordan Philip Hilliker. Ricky Q. Hong. Stanley Wynn. Tracy Wynn. Abby Irwin Lewis. Alisa Susan Jagger. Stefan Yapunjic. Junghun Jung. Samantha Erin Jonker. Nida Urinas. Bronwyn Carnis. Erin Evelyn Kennedy. Aniketh Kothandararam. Malvika Krishnamurti. Alistair Lam. Victoria Lamb, Grace Lamont, Eva Mackenzie La Rosa, Jocelyn Iris Leon, Janet Leung, Isaac Lee, Rebecca Liskey, Julia Emily Marie Loftus, Colin Locke, Israel Lotlika, Sahil Singh Lubana, Nicole Lucisano, Sarah Ann Lumsden, Olivia Luo, Kian Ma, Priscilla Ma, Christine McWan, Anas Mahaini, Sadaf Mahboobi, Apana Maheshwari, Mia Manchisi, Mithun Manivanan, Deanna Taylor Matasea, Courtney McKeague, Megan Leaf McReynolds, Jasmine Elizabeth Millot, Joanna Mesquita, Gulshan Singh Mondea, Maxwell Ng, Kathleen Ngui, Justin Nguyen, Carly Ashlyn Noonan, Natalie Maria Ochoa Silva, Zoe Anastasia Gemenyuk Parks, Pari Patel, Simran Karina Patel, Julia Miriam Patelli, Oriana Anjali Persaud, Glenn Chesley Phillips, Doris Poon, Jaden Elizabeth Popke, Elisha Prabhu Desai, Adrian Michael Pulsoni, Amrit Kaur Randwara, Ainik Tara Singh Randawa, Kazmin Raza, Samuel Rumleski, Kimia Saleh Yunegani, Adjan Salo, Christopher Sanderson, Zoe Maya Sanvido, Angelina Victoria Sanders, Annalise Martina Schall, Ethan James Schlihan, Adriana Shime, Ali Jordan Scutella, Eden Sidarus, Safia Shaban, Faris Shah, Aryan David Sharafi, Sahij Kaur Sidhu, Jack Alexander George Simmons, Gianna So, Tala Subra, Amy Margaret Stinson, Emma Jean Storino, Ju Wan Sung, Anujan Sutharahan, Logan Victoria Shiko, Jordan Mary Martha Tannehill, Andrew Thomas Tanus, Isabella Yihun Tao, Julia Alisa Taylor, Hanisha Thiruchelvan, Samantha Tobia, Nicole Trogan, Maya Sarah Tsipris, Iwin Tuck, Sachi-Imani Udea, Alexis Lynn van Aken, Laura Cornelia van der Plas, Julia Verberg, Simran Verma, Mufei Wang, Lindsay Wilson, Manal Umer Yaqub, Beatrice Ye, Natalie Cassandra Ye, Timothy Hogan Jung, Madison Olivia Yon, Jane Shung Yun Yong, Emily May York, Tiffany Yuen, Stephen Jeng, Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science. Adam Mervyn Anderson, William Glenn Bowles, Fabia Chowdhury, Rong-Yin He, Jiang Lin Hu, Ji Hao Yung Huang, Rohan Jadaf, Xinghei Li, Bernard Jeremy Masri, Mark Brendan McCready, Chen Yao Xiang, Nicholas Rolack, Louise Samuel Ward, Chancellor Smith, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Gillian Elizabeth McDermott, Fatima Nawaz,
Let's give one more round of applause to all the newest graduates of the class of 25. I would now like to introduce Ava Colangelo, graduate of the degree Honors Bachelor of Science in the Physics program, who will be delivering the valedictory address.
Good afternoon, Chancellor Smith, President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Farrar, Acting Provost Dr. Hurley, Dean of Graduate Students Dr. Ranilovich, Acting Dean of Faculty of Science Dr. Parise, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Now I know typically someone comes up here, takes a deep breath, reflects on the past 4 years, and ends with something inspirational, reminding us how far we've come and how bright our futures are. While that's all true, I don't think I'm alone in saying that's not exactly how I feel right now. Yes, today is joyful, but for some of us, it's also a reminder that someone else landed the dream internship, someone else crushed their GPA, Some are off to medical school, grad school, or professional programs, and maybe you're sitting here thinking, I'm still catching my breath, or I have no idea what comes after this finish line. Even for those of us with a 5-year plan, let's be honest, the track ahead still isn't clear. We've crossed a finish line only to see another one in our track. So maybe it makes sense to think of our time here as a race. Before we reached this finish line, there were so many obstacles in our path. This year, final exams, last assignments, grad school applications, job hunting, thesis projects with no results for weeks. Before that, trying to get a high GPA, writing and rewriting standardized tests, and throwing ourselves into as many extracurriculars as possible. Before that, the first fully in-person post-pandemic year. And then there was first year. Zoom lectures, online labs, no community. We lived meters apart, but were isolated in our rooms. No Welcome Week representatives helped us move in. That was our starting line. Hi, my name is Ava Colangelo. I'm a first year in the Chemical and Physical Sciences Gateway. Next year, I want to specialize in astrophysics. My Nona always told me I'd be a professor one day. Like many of you, I showed up here with big plans and zero wiggle room. Then came my first Physics 1 CO3 midterm. I got a 58%. I studied even harder for the next one, and I got a 35%. At that point, I felt like I tripped right at the start, and the finish line was nowhere in sight. That weekend, I sat on the couch while my mom watched a Mr. Rogers documentary. I wasn't paying much attention until I heard this. You do not have to do anything sensational for people to love you. That was checkpoint 1. You don't need to be exceptional to be enough. As a first-generation university student, I'd never seen failure as a normal part of learning. I took it personally, but I found support in my physics professor who met with me weekly, who reminded me I still mattered, even if I wasn't acing everything. And I know I'm not alone. Maybe your stumble wasn't a physics midterm. Maybe it was a chem lab that went sideways, a biomechanics exam that crushed you, a math proof you rewrote 10 times, or maybe it wasn't academic at all. Maybe it was burnout, grief, moving away from home, learning a new language, or feeling like you didn't belong. That was checkpoint 2. You are more than your struggles. Even when it felt like you were falling behind, like your effort wasn't translating into results, you kept going. You struggled through courses that didn't come easily. You questioned yourself. But you didn't let failure define you. I know I didn't. After that physics midterm, I could have changed programs. I could have walked away. But I didn't. I stayed, I struggled, and I persevered. And even if I didn't end up exactly where I planned, I still made it here. We all did. And I think that's something unique to McMaster Science graduates. We may not be perfect, but we endure. We persist, and we cross the finish line no matter how many times we stumble. We didn't make it through because everything came easy. We made it through because we didn't give up. That was checkpoint 3. Keep going, even when it's hard to believe that you can. So, let me reintroduce myself. Hi, I'm Ava Colangelo. I'm graduating with an honors physics degree and a minor in math. I failed almost every midterm I wrote until second year. And yet, I'm here. We all are. McMaster was our track, our training ground, and each of us ran our own race, different speeds and different hurdles. But we crossed the finish line, not because we never fell, but because we got back up. So don't dwell on the missteps. Don't obsess over the pace. Eyes forward, finish strong. The next race is waiting. We're here together at the finish line, and it was my honor to run alongside all of you. Thank you for being the best running mates. Congratulations, class of 2025. We made it.
Well, thank you, Ava. I'd now like to call upon the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Gianni Parisi, who will present the President's Award of Excellence in Student Leadership.
Thank you, Provost Hurley. Would Olivia Beausoleil please come forward? In 1993, McMaster University established the President's Award of Excellence in Student Leadership to recognize students who have made outstanding contributions to the McMaster community through their extracurricular, scholarly, and community efforts. On behalf of our university and faculty, I have the honor of presenting the newest recipient of the President's Award of Excellence in Student Leadership, Olivia Beausoleil. A member of the McMaster women's football team for 4 years, Olivia Beausoleil is a Métis student from the Georgian Bay community who was co-president and co-founder of McMaster's Indigenous Student Athlete Council. There, she fostered cultural connection and empowerment through initiatives such as land-based programming and collaboration with the Indigenous community. Olivia also served as community learning coordinator with the McMaster Indigenous Health Movement and, as a kinesiology student, volunteered as a student field therapist. In the research setting, she contributed to the Community of Practice Lab, focused on inclusive physical literacy, while also assisting with McMaster Physical Literacy for all youth. Congratulations, Olivia.
Yes, congratulations, Olivia. I would now like to invite our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. David Farrar, to deliver the President's address.
Chancellor Smith, distinguished guests, award winners, faculty, members of the McMaster community, members of the McMaster graduating class of 2025, family and friends. One of the real privileges of my role as president is to speak to the graduates on the occasion of your convocation, to offer congratulations on behalf of the university, and to tell you how proud we are of you. We've heard some inspiring remarks today, starting with the beautiful Thanksgiving address from our chancellor that opened the ceremony, to thoughtful and motivating speeches from the acting dean, the honorary degree recipient, and our valedictorian. Let me add a few final thoughts before bringing this ceremony to a close. At the end of June, I will conclude my term as president, and McMaster will welcome its next president, Dr. Susan Tai. So these spring convocations are the last time that I will speak to graduates as president, and this is my valedictory too. When I began my first term as McMaster's 8th president in January 2020, I had hopes and dreams of what we could accomplish together as I began my 5-year term as president. But within the first few weeks of January, we began to hear reports of a new illness causing pneumonia-like symptoms in China. By February, we were seeing the devastating impact on hospitals in small towns in Italy, and by the beginning of March, it was clear the COVID virus was circulating in North America. We closed our campuses to in-person teaching and learning on March the 13th. Wherever you were in March 2020, you have your own story of what happened next. Unless you were a healthcare worker or another kind of essential worker, you probably went home. You probably did your best to follow the guidance of the public health leaders. Stay in your bubble if you go out, stand a hockey stick away from others, wear a mask, don't touch your face, wash your hands. You probably remember the overwhelming support for exhausted healthcare workers and essential other workers in those first few weeks of the pandemic. Thank you, healthcare workers, said the signs in the windows and on the billboards. We're in this together, said our political leaders. The days became weeks, the weeks became months. The virus did not go away when the warmer summer weather appeared as we had hoped, and the sense of in this together began to fade. Even more alarming was the rapid decline in trust for institutions. Public health guidance changed as scientists discovered new information about the virus, and that deepened skepticism in parts of our community, turning social media influencers into seemingly equal authorities on virology and vaccine effectiveness. Here in Canada, We saw that fading of trust lead to hostility towards the public health community and eventually curdle into the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. Suddenly, we weren't in this together. Where there was once agreement that health was a collective endeavor, we now saw a retreat into the rhetoric of personal responsibility and personal choice. Looking back over the last 5 years, I ask myself, did the year 2020 change us forever? The pandemic exposed how quickly our medical and social systems can be overwhelmed despite years of warning from researchers and experts. We saw in real time a long-predicted crisis unfold faster than our institutions could adapt. This makes other foreseeable crises like antibiotic resistance or climate change or misinformation feel more tangible and more urgent. I want to suggest that 2020 acted as a catalyst. It accelerated certain trends, such as remote work and online learning, and at the same time, it revealed structural weaknesses, such as disparities in healthcare and internet access. In the aftermath of the pandemic, there's a growing recognition that we're no longer facing discrete challenges, but interconnected crises that can amplify each other. Climate change can drive pandemics. Social inequality can undermine crisis response. Technological disruption can amplify social division. And borders mean nothing to a virus, whether it's biological or a conspiracy theory. For me, 2020 changed many things. The pandemic showed how quickly global systems can be overwhelmed and how interconnected our vulnerabilities are. The pandemic also made very clear the need for us to be together, in person, whether it's in the learning environment, the working world, or our cultural pursuits. There is something about being together that screens cannot carry. How you shift when you're thinking, the way your hands speak before you actually say the words. There's an ancient wisdom in gathering, in the simple act of occupying space together, where visible threads weave us into the same moment. We now find ourselves at a precarious time with several global crises converging. The rise of authoritarianism in major powers adds another layer of complexity to addressing these global challenges. In the face of these threats, I've found reason for optimism in the conversations I've had with hundreds of McMaster students over the last 5 years. You did not put your dreams on hold during the pandemic, but you found inspiring and innovative ways to pursue your goals. You are already working in countless ways to solve pieces of these enormous challenges, and you have made lifelong friends. You've built networks. You've volunteered, mentored, and discovered your passion. You've succeeded in a very difficult time. Did 2020 change everything? I think it made you more resilient, more determined, more collaborative. You're not burdened by the traditional assumptions about what is possible or realistic, and you are clear-eyed about the urgency of our shared tasks, and you're ready to lead. My 5 years as president have been very different from what I imagined they would be. Perhaps your time at McMaster has been as well, but we've come through it. We've learned how strong we can be and how especially important it is that we work together. And we are leaving with incredible memories of our times here. Graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. Do good things.
Thank you, President Farrar. May I invite Chancellor Smith to deliver her closing remarks.
Yo Yanale, congratulations to the class of 2025. Yo Yanale translates from Ganyangeha to mean well done or good work. And I would like everyone to shout it out and fill the room with our voices. So I'll teach it to you. The first sound is yo. Yo. Second word is yan. Third word sound is early. And together it's yoyanerle. Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to fill the room with our voices. 1, 2, 3. Yoyanale! Really good, but I think we can do better. 1, 2, 3. Yoyanale! Great work. As a McMaster alumna, I look forward to where you all go from here. You are all now graduates and members of the McMaster alumni family. Ava, Olivia, Dr. Berlinski, Dr. Cullen, congratulations on all your accomplishments and for sharing your works and your journey to inspire us. Nyawa, thank you, President Farrar, for giving us a lot to think about. And I know I will personally remember your words of wisdom. Graduates, take these words with you as you go. My very best wishes to all of you as you take your next steps in the journey. Yoyanale, congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Smith. A few announcements. We invite graduates and guests to visit Wentworth Room C immediately following your convocation ceremony, as there will be a gathering to welcome you as newly minted McMaster alumni. There'll be light refreshments for you and your loved ones. The event will offer a relaxed atmosphere to mingle, share memories, and bask in the joy of your accomplishments while enjoying some coffee and sweet treats. Friends and family, you'll be able to meet your graduate at the alumni welcome event after they have picked up their degree. We ask that only the graduates enter the degree distribution area. Following the singing of our national anthem, the academic procession and the graduate procession will exit the hall, accompanied by music performed by local Indigenous artists. I would ask that you please remain standing at your seats until the academic procession and the graduates have exited the hall. Please join now in singing our national anthem. After the singing of the anthem, this convocation is adjourned.